Yo, what up guys, it's Stewart. Today's video is going to be a little different. When I first intended to do this video, like an hour ago, I was going to let y'all know that it's not an author tube one. But as I've been thinking about it, it's got a little bit to do with it, I guess. Not much. If y'all been watching like my author tube 2.0 tag, newbie tag, as well as some of my other videos, I might have mentioned it a little bit. And I know in some live streams I've talked about it and comments of other videos. But what I'm going to talk about today is my past life a little bit. Nothing bad, really. Not what I'm talking about anyways. But my past, I used to do music and I used to rap with some of my friends and stuff. I wouldn't say it was really good. I do believe that there at the end I started getting better at it, which is kind of sad because I'd done it. I made music for probably about 5, almost 6 years. It wasn't there until probably that last 6 months or so that I really felt like I was kind of getting the hang of it. Whenever my mic played out and I lost all my beats and stuff, I had been working on a side project with one of my friends, Kyle. We was doing a album called Brotherhood. Never finished it. We had some of his stuff recorded. I had a bunch of my stuff recorded. A lot of it needed to be redone. My mic played out, lost the beats and everything, so couldn't ever really complete that. And then he moved off and a bunch of stuff. I was also working on a 4-disc project for myself. And then I had a 7-disc project lined up afterwards, which I had to kind of start experimenting with some songs for that 7-disc project. I had a lot of ideas, almost all the ideas created for the 4-disc project. I had to actually start recording on some of them. And some of them I actually got done. I had them on my computer. They're completely done, ready, but not the project. I don't know if y'all can hear that. The trash people just decided to run now. If y'all hear the garbage truck outside, I'm sorry. So I had been working on that. I got some stuff. I might eventually just kind of throw it together. There's not that much recorded, maybe like 5 or 6 songs, so I might kind of throw it on an EP or something, and put it up for free. I don't know. I had kind of just completely dropped it whenever all that stuff happened, and have no way to finish it. Over the course of the past month, maybe month and a half, I've been having some random people add me on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. Start sending me messages or whatever, like, hey, you still doing this? We want to collab. No, I ain't done this since like August of 2015 is whenever I started writing my book, which is kind of right around the time that I was like, yep, screw it. I'm not making music anymore. Mic broke, lost my hundreds of instrumentals and stuff that I had purchased and stuff. So I was like, no, not doing anymore. And then these people just started messaging me like out of nowhere, adding me and messaging me. And I was like, no. And they're like, why not? I was like, I don't do that anymore. I've moved on. I don't know if I sound to y'all, but to me, my throat, it's still kind of scratchy. I'm feeling a lot better than what I have. But my voice to me still sounds very bad. So I don't know how I sound to y'all. It could be because I got headphones in too. I don't know. I'm not listening to anything right now, but I am about to, so that's why they're in. But either way, they messed me, and some of them have been begging me constantly, like, come on, man, come on, come on. And I'm like, no, I don't. And they're like, well, what if we paid you? I was like, well, if I did a collab for you, more likely he's going to pay me anyways. But I was like, no. And they're like, well, we can try to get some money for you to get a new mic. It's like, no, I've just kind of moved on. I have thought about maybe if I ever had some spare change, I might get a mic for like these YouTube videos and stuff, because I just use my regular camera or my phone like I'm using right now and just using the mic off of them. I might at some point invest in an actual studio mic for this purpose. And if I ever do that, then I might at least complete what I had started. The ones I still have the instrumentals for on my computer, which isn't that many, but those I might actually complete. But besides that, I'm not really looking at the moment into actually venturing more into the music again. That was kind of like a chapter of my life that I've kind of just pushed aside now, kind of walked away from. As well with that, the beginning of it was a really bad part of my life, I guess. And I want to eventually kind of talk about more author tube stuff now, or authorly stuff. I want to eventually write a memoir about that period of my life, my late teens, early 20s, when I first started into making music. And it was just going to be a single memoir. And the title of it was going to be The Slightly Altered True Identities of the Fog Boys, which, the Fog Boys, that was our group's name. It's one of the shirts I had made back then. We had all kinds of merchandise. I had bought this shirt and one other, which is an orange. It's like a gel orange, and it says Influence. And like the prison top text going at an angle, which Influence was our first song we ever recorded. And then on the back, it said Free Havoc 2012, which Havoc is one of the guys that was in our group. That's why he went by Havoc the Freak. And he got locked up for a little bit. His mom and him kept saying he's not in jail. He's in a correctional center. But he was locked up for about 2 years in a correctional center. Anyways, I plan, going back to the writing, plan on writing a memoir called Slightly Altered True Identities of the Fog Boys. And the reason for that is, from the very start, me, Havoc, and Dobie, us three originally. Well, us three plus Havoc's girlfriend at that point, fiance, Silly Wicked. Once we actually got to recording, it was me, Havoc, and Dobie. And then at the end, we picked up Sly. So there's 4 of us on like one album. It was the first album after Havoc got out as a group. Me, Havoc, and Dobie had always sat down and planned out the albums together. We picked what exactly we wanted the concept to be. From the very beginning, before we ever recorded the first track, before we ever actually got a studio that would let us do us and record, because it was very explicit. Before any of that, while we still in the planning stage, we had always wanted to do an album called True Identities. And every time when we first got that, started going to the studio, we said, all right, we're going to do an album called True Identities. And we'd kind of come up with some song ideas. And we'd plan on doing that. And then we would just kind of do that little EP, just kind of testing the waters a little bit. So we released the Freak Society EP. And then we said, all right, we're going to do True Identities now. And then we do that, and then one of us, I think it was Havoc, came up with the idea for Dark Side of Up. And it's like, hey, we should do an album for that. And we started kind of brainstorming, and those songs came together a lot faster, so we went ahead and did that album. And then we was like, all right, we're going to do True Identities. And then somehow we stumbled on Fall Flat. While we was writing that album and recording it, that's when Havoc got locked up and stuff. And then while he was away, me and Dobie continued and we did Black Rain. So we kind of did that while he was away. And then when he got out was when we had Sly. Or before all that, we did another little EP called Life Essence. And then that's kind of, we let Sly on 1 or 2 of those tracks, I think. That's kind of his little introduction. As well as we did some mixtapes with a bunch of random other artists across the U.S. Cryptic Wisdom, Concept, Keyboy, Nephew, Prince P, Sideways. I can't remember all of them. I mean, there's a bunch, as well as some of them locally. Prince P is from around here. Me and him went to school together. I was a couple years older than him, but you know, I knew him from there. The Get Down Boys, which also recorded at the same studio that I recorded at. Johnny Mac, some of his friends, whatever. We all started doing these mixtapes, you know, kind of basically like what us as author tubers kind of do with trying to bring in the community to give recognition to you know, self-published authors, even traditionally published, but the lesser known ones, you know, kind of getting started, you know, trying to get their feet under them and stuff. I feel like us as a writing community, we try to promote that a little bit more, because, you know, we're all in the same boat. You know, I just released my debut novel. I know a lot others have just released 1 or 2 books, or they're still working on it, and we're trying to give that exposure to those, you know, kind of paying back, you know, thank you for supporting me, I'm going to support you by spreading you around. And that was the concept of our mixtapes, and we did 4 of those. And then, you know, we was always up to helping other people. Then we we knew when he was supposed to be released, and we started another track or another album, which it came out to be in Fogs of Time, which we felt like that represented us good, you know, Fog Boys, Fogs of Time, as well as that whole process. That was going to be the first album that Havoc was going to be on since he came out. We did all of Black Rain. We did Life Essence with small EP. I had started doing some solo albums. We had released 2 mixtapes. That's when the Get Down Boys started recording at Chicken Shack Records. Was during that time frame. And so there's a lot like new stuff going on with us. But Fogs of Time was going to be the first one that we were working on when Havoc came out. And Sly had already recorded all of his stuff for it. I had recorded, I think, all of mine, and Dobie was mostly done. Dobie was always behind on everything. He was always the last to do stuff. But Fogs of Time was actually Havoc, which we was kind of joked around that, you know, Dobie's got his done and you don't. But Havoc had excuse. He was locked up for 2 years. That was the first one. We was almost done with that, but we didn't release it. We left spots open for on the songs for him, and I went up there and visited him. They had visitation, I think, like every Sunday or something. I would go up there like every other week or something. I think his mom went 1 week, and then we went the other weeks because it was only allowed a certain amount of visitors. So we would go. Me and my wife would go up there and visit him, and one of our other friends that was there with him, locked up with him, and we would go up there and I would talk about, you know, what's going on, you know, with the band and stuff, and we'd also send each other letters, and because he wasn't allowed to bring anything like that into the visitation room, I couldn't either. So I would send him letters with the lyrics that I had wrote and that Dobie had wrote and Sly had wrote and stuff, and he would send me, you know, like his lyrics, and I would, you know, at times maybe even kind of correct some of the stuff or change it or whatever. And we kind of communicated that way. So once he got out, he had already had everything written. He already knew what the songs were about. He had never heard the music, but he could kind of tell like the rhythm just based off of what I had wrote and what Dobie had wrote and all the other stuff. And then after that, we had intended to release 13 albums in 2013, which is, wow, it didn't happen. But we got close. We did it wasn't like 13 brand new albums. Some of them I had already started. We did a greatest hits top album or whatever that we put a bunch of our more popular songs from people around here that liked onto a single album. We did 2 more mixtapes. I did 6 solo albums myself, which I didn't actually complete all of them. I think I completed 4 of them that year. Havoc had his own solo one. I did a couple of tracks with him, but it was mostly a solo album. Dobie was going to do a solo album, which he ended up not because he had some medical problems and he said he couldn't really do much that year. So we cut that. We instead took that album and me and Havoc took over with it, so it was kind of still like a band album, just minus Dobie. And then as we was completing them up, Dobie actually was able to participate, so he's actually on almost all of those tracks. So it's still a band album with all of us. It just wasn't just his solo. So I had 6 that I was supposed to do, greatest hits, 2 mixtapes, Havoc's, Dobie's. I don't remember the other 2. I don't know. I can't remember what the other 2 were, but there were going to be 13 altogether. I know that much. I think we got like 10 or 11 done. Something like that. I don't know. But we got close. That's more than what we actually thought we was going to. But we did that. It was fun. But that was, like I said, my little quick overview of that. After all of that, after that year, is when I moved away. That was in 2013. Early 2014, I moved to where I'm at now, which is only like 20-30 minutes away from where I did live. But I moved that much farther away from the studio because the studio was like 40 minutes north of where I lived. But Dobie was always busy. Havoc's, he's had some issues. And then there's me. I moved, so yeah. And then I just wasn't able to afford as much as I used to. I used to go to the studio and drop $100 every week easily. But anyways, I've been rambling for about 30 minutes now. I don't know how long this video is, But according to my timer, I'm at 34 minutes. So, yeah. I apologize for that. But back to kind of wrap everything up. We had always wanted to do an album called True Identities. We never did. So I felt like that would be an appropriate title for a memoir, you know, because it's true events. The slightly altered part is just because this was going to span over from the time we thought of the concept for the band throughout the course of recording, having gotten locked up, all this. So it was going to span over several years, and I really didn't want to write it all choppy. So I was going to condense it down in time frame. All of the events that happen are real events that happen. So it's not like I'm throwing in stuff. This never happened. Why is this? No. Everything in the book will have happened before to us. You know, it's still a true story. It's just everything's condensed to a shorter time frame. I have not outlined it. I don't know what that time frame will be. It might still span over a couple years. I've even thought about now writing it as like a duology, maybe. Before the band became a band, we started recording, maybe one afterwards, because a lot of the stuff, there was a lot of drama and other issues that came up before we ever started recording, which I for sure want to write about, which is one of the earlier things why I wanted to write that story. And then I had thought about just stopping whenever we actually started recording. But I also want to kind of cover some of the stuff that happened during it, as well as, you know, have it getting locked up and all that stuff. So it might end up being 2 books. I don't know. It'll just kind of depend. But I'll probably condense it down, as well as I can't remember every single conversation word for word. So I'll be ad-libbing a little bit. Ad-libbing. Yeah, whatever that word is. I'll be paraphrasing, but it's still true story, still what happened. And yeah, that's just kind of what I want it to be about. And what kind of brought this up, like I said, I've had a lot of people message me recently about this whole me making music or whatever, asking if I still did it. But the reason why I'm bringing it up on my channel is because I know I've mentioned it before. My AuthorTube Newbie Tag 2.0 mentioned it in one of my stories. That's kind of what got me into writing now, is just kind of going through all that and still wanting a way to explore my creativeness, you know, a release in a sense. And as well as, I think I might have mentioned it in a couple other videos about, you know, things I'm working on, you know, maybe do a memoir or something. As well as, I know some comments of live streams, I might even mention it in streams. I used to do some stuff that's not necessarily proud of, I guess. You know, I don't necessarily regret it to the point where I wish I had never done it, but I'm not going to do it again. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If not, well, all that, as well as I know some comments. I think it was Aphrodite's and DL Tillery's live stream one time. I don't even remember what we was doing. I think they was like talk about music or something. I was like, yeah, I used to rap. Of course, I wasn't on camera. I was in the comments. And he's like, really? So I sent like a verse, or like half a verse, of a song I did, which was on a project that I never finished. And now I figured I would just go ahead and share something with you. Again, I apologize for my voice if it's a little off. Also, I apologize if I stumble over some words or if I get off beat. I have not actually tried to rap this in forever. 4 or 5 years. I haven't really looked at it until right before I started making this video, where I was kind of trying to figure out exactly what song I want to do, and I came across this. I was like, oh yeah, I fucking love that song. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Hope y'all enjoy it. Just bear that stuff in mind. The song's called Step Off. It was going to be on the Brotherhood album. That was going to be me and Young Mr. James. That's kind of what I'm holding. Yeah. You think you can defeat me? If you're able. That makes me Cain. Go reflect upon history, boy. About to get slain. I'ma slay you with a pair of pliers and let the blood rain out your nostrils. Let's reach up for the brains and let it drain from your lips. Yeah, bitch, I came and I will always bang from the hips. And after this, I still remain lame in the eyes, cause they can't obtain the fame that I've gained from going insane by retaining the pain. Honestly, I'm still the same, just more open I became as I arrange it in plain text. What I feel in my veins, I rage toward my enemies. And what's next? I let the shots rain and leave them dead in an alleyway like they were Mr. Wayne. They're over me, so I just let them hang there by chain while I outrank them in the ink stains. I aim to go against the grain and maintain my reign as a dame with nuts in a crane who's ordained to speak profane. And tell me I ain't ashamed while I throw my A's and M's up for my mans. And I'm on my own way to being Kurt Cobain. Click, clack, bang, can you smell that cocaine? Just light it up, take a puff, now I'm off to the next thing. Now tell me, what's my name? Stewart the Great. Boy, I had to stop it. Y'all's music probably stopped before that, but yeah. I got it on my computer, headphones, so yeah. But yeah, that was it. Originally I had wrote that for a song. It's gonna be a solo album or a solo track, and it was gonna be called "What's My Name." And I had actually wrote more to that verse. I got it somewhere on my computer. I'm not gonna look it up right now, but I had wrote more to that. There's stuff about my dad and stuff like that. Some other stuff. So yeah, I did that. But that was that. I hope I did all right. I actually want to do another track. I don't know if I had just the music for it though. So okay, so I don't have the track for that. Music. I had already finished it, so that's probably why I don't have the music anymore. I feel like I should show y'all something else. Something I feel a little bit more comfortable rapping. So this is going to be I mentioned earlier in the video, I don't remember how early, just earlier, that I had shared some lyrics to a song in one of Aphrodite's and DL Tillery's live streams, and the song was called You a Gangsta, which me and Havoc had done a song called I Want to Be a Gangsta, or Gangster, and it was basically us making fun of wannabe gangsters. You know, it was just, you know, you're not a gangster, don't pretend to be. I'm not pretending this and that. But it was just kind of making fun of it. It was a very comical song. Then me and young Mr. James did this one for that Brotherhood album that we have not done or released because of stuff. And it is called You a Gangsta, and it is got a sample of Kat Dahlia's chorus in it to a song that she had done called You a Gangsta. It's a little bit different instrumentals or whatever, but I love it. And this is the chorus. Basically, I'm not gonna sing it because I can't sing, but it's basically saying, so you a gangsta, that don't impress me none. You say you a gangsta, ain't seen a thing that you done. Do it all myself. I do it all myself. I ain't get any help from no one. So that is basically what the chorus is. It's repeated twice. So yeah, I'm gonna do my verse for it. I don't have the beat for it, like I just mentioned, but I like this, so I am going to do it. So it's I'm getting sick of hearing you rapping. Always about how you clicking, clacking. All my boys out back six packing. We show up on our block, we start hacking. Cause you a lie, you a fake. You're an embodiment of all that we hate. I ain't gangster, I never claimed to be. Hate and anger's all the fucking same to me. So I get so angry at you that I commit a fucking hate crime. Murder, it's all the same in God's eyes. So I go full stride. I don't need a heater, just give me the fucking cleaver. And I'll go after that beaver so I can just turn around, now I'll fucking leave her. And I'm like Cooper Super Trooper on that Sinner's Inc. Your music's a pooper scooper. Man, your lyrics just stink. I just took a crap on you. I'm standing up, not the feet saw. You're crapping, lacking a napkin in that fucking bathroom stall. You're just a shit without a cup, a pot without a luck, a cock with no bust, and I'm just a giver without a fuck. So I'm out of here. I'll just see you later. Leave this place a dump, then I'll fucking elevator. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, I used to rap. If y'all didn't know, now you do. But yeah, I'm sure I've rambled long enough on here. I just figured I would share that with you, as well as kind of talk a little bit more about my idea for the memoir and kind of some of that history backstory. And the reason why I brought that up, I also mentioned in the title, you're probably wondering when I'm going to bring this up. Last year for Camp NaNoWriMo, back in April and July, I was mostly doing just edits and revisions of The Battle for METAGORE, my debut novel that came out back in May. And then in November for the regular NaNoWriMo, I had intended on doing it for, I think, Sovereign Duties. I kind of jumped back and forth between working on Sovereign Duties and The Gift of a Child. But I think I might put Gift of a Child on hold and start working on True Identities. So in Camp NaNoWriMo back in April, I did not participate. Along with that, I hadn't really even planned on working on anything officially for camp in July coming up. I was just going to continue working on Sovereign Duties. People want to do like some 10K Tuesdays and some 5K days or whatever. For that, I would probably try to participate in those just so I could get more words done for Sovereign Duties, but I wasn't going to actually get on and say, yeah, I'm participating in Camp NaNoWriMo doing this. I'm going to be working on it regardless. But I think what I'm going to do, though, is go ahead and do that and dedicate a certain amount of hours. I believe we can do that for camp. That's what I did last year. And dedicate that towards my memoir and actually try to formulate a cohesive story, I guess, an outline for it, and then maybe get started on some of the stuff. I know a lot of the stuff I've already kind of got jotted down, like key events that I want in there, as well as I've gotten some just little stuff we had recorded at the studio that wasn't a song or anything, and we just happened to have the microphone on while we was just chit-chatting, so I have a lot of that stuff to do so I can make sure I'm pinning down their voices, which these guys are like my brother, you know, so I already know how they talk and stuff, but I mean, just some of that, and maybe even some of that banter and dialogue will get put into the book. So like I said earlier, I don't really know too much of the dialogue because I can't remember, but at least that stuff I have proof. I'm like, yeah, that's that. People's like, oh, people don't talk like that. They do. I've got proof. So that's what I'm planning on doing for Camp NaNoWriMo July, is to do a certain amount. I haven't decided exactly how many hours, but a certain amount of hours to dedicate just to my memoir. It might be another 3, 4, 5, 20 years before I actually start writing it. I don't know. I've got a bunch of other stories I want to do. Right now I'm more focused on my METAGORE series, actually getting that done and out, as well as The Gift of a Child is my secondary thing. I've been heavily thinking about revisiting Left But Not Forgotten at some point, as well as some other little short story things. I don't know if it's going to be short story, novella, novelettes, whatever, flash fiction, I don't know. But stuff that's not really going to be a full-length novel. I'm planning on doing some of those. One of them I've got about half done. I don't know. So I don't really know when I'm going to get around to working on my memoir book. I don't know if it's really classified as a memoir, especially if I don't write it first person. I don't know. I'm not really a first person writer. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, whatever it ends up being, that documentary type of book. I don't know when I'll actually get around to writing it, but that will be my Camp NaNoWriMo in July 2019 project. Yeah, that's about it. My debut novel, The Battle for METAGORE, is officially on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books Depository, blah, blah, blah. Everything that I've always said in all these videos. Plus, I'm pretty sure a lot more that I just haven't actually found because I don't really want to search every bookstore for it because I don't know every bookstore, but there's a link of a long list down below that you can actually go and click on, and it'll take you to that one. At the current point in time, for the remainder of June, the ebook from Amazon, the Kindle edition, is available for 99 cents. It will go back up to about $4.99, $5. After that, there will be more sales as the year goes on and in the future, but its normal price is $5, basically, and it's on sale right now just on Amazon. Anything else, if you go get the ebook, it's still $5, but if you go through Amazon, you can get it for 99 cents for the ebook. So yeah, and I got some other stuff that I've been working on. I can't wait to tell y'all, but I'm not at liberty to tell y'all right now because I don't want to. I guess I am at liberty because it's my stuff and me. But I don't want to tell y'all yet. So yeah, y'all gotta wait. Yeah, that's it. Go follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. If you ain't already, click like, unlike, whatever this video. I don't care. You do you, I do me. Yeah. Peace out. Yoli. Bye, love, bye, buddy.
Key boy. Meaningful music. Wait a minute, did they let me say that I can get it any minute, I can feel the rain with the thunder that I bring. Makes a hunger go for games with this extra lightning inviting to kill these fury remains. In my city, hold it down like I don't need to lift it up no more. I take the hateful comments and respond with vomit on his whore. I swear she swallowed rockets out the cartridge that she pulled. I say she likes her on the most and makes her hope the kid is hers. I don't get it. So life I live and fuck who cares. I bang the image well aware like being pregnant on the pill. She lost it twice, she plans to have it, then she don't. Brain I'm paranoid, I got a feeling that she won't see this music and I quote. See this music, you don't get it, it's confusing and I quote. I can take the top and stay below, but music isn't what you do or who you know. It's time to take these rappers by the throat and choke their souls from out control into a hole.